Alright, Shalom of Christ. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. I'm Officer of 1,000 of Yahanna. First of all, got anybody with any questions at all? Go ahead.
Shalom, sir. Question, if I may, about 1 Corinthians 13, 1 to 2. Question is, we want to know what the breakdown is and who will speak. Shalom.
1 Corinthians what?
1 Corinthians 13, 1 and 2.
Okay, go ahead and read it for me.
1 Corinthians 13 and 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have no charity, I am nothing.
Okay. Alright. We know it's obviously this Paul talking, right? So go ahead and read it from the beginning one more time for me.
1 Corinthians 13 and 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Verse 2. And
Okay. Alright, now he's saying he speak with the Son, he speak with the tongues of men and angels, right? He's basically telling you that, like, he's the person that, he's the prophet, right?
Right.
So he's speaking with the tongues of men and angels. So he can speak with the tongues, he's gifted with tongues, and he can speak with angels, right? Because Paul was like a brother that was a very intelligent brother. He could, he spoke different languages. He knew how to speak to the people differently in different cultures, right? You had Israelites spread about, so he knew how to speak with brothers that might have been in, Haiti. You know how to speak with brothers that might be in the Dominican Republic. He was like a cultured brother in that sense, right? So he knew how to speak with the tongues of men and angels and messengers, right? Keep going.
Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have no charity, I am nothing.
So this is saying basically you can have all of these things, right? You can be as intelligent as you want to be. You can be able to speak the Most High, but if you don't have charity, that means like love for your brothers and taking care of the weak and the poor, you have nothing.
Right.
That's basically what it's saying in a nutshell. So if you don't have any of those, it's like, because you go here, but yeah, I was reading up a little bit above it too. So it was saying even Christ, he said, even aren't they all apostles, aren't they all prophets, aren't they all teachers? They do miracles. They do these miracles so that, that's the charity that they're supposed to give. That's like us knowing the truth. And you know what I'm saying? And we don't tell anybody. See what I'm saying? So like if you knew the truth and we didn't have counsels, we didn't have any, marriage counsels to help people how to deal with their situations.
Right.
It's nothing. They had the truth and we don't do nothing to help our fellow brothers with it.
That's right.
So that's pretty much what it is. Go ahead. Okay. Anybody else check in on anybody else on the conference call? Alright. Anybody else got any questions at all? says, I know you got some questions in that notebook you got there. Ain't got none? Ain't got none for me. Alright. Alright, there's a couple things I wanted to bring out a little bit today. Let's go. As y'all know, this holiday spirit is very, very strong going on now, right? You see this whole, just everybody just getting into the Christmas spirit, but you know the Christmas spirit is murder, right? So you all see that, y'all heard about that dude shooting up his school, right? It shouldn't surprise you. I mean, that's what our oppressors do. They like shooting people. That's their thing, where they say it was gonna live by the sword, right? That's where they live by the sword. So them shooting people shouldn't be any surprise to any one of you, right? Let me get you this. All right, I just sent it to you. Yeah, so you're gonna read it for me. Go ahead.
Right. You want to read the title or the body?
Yeah, you can read the title right now.
Investigators reveal concerns about behavior of Michigan high school shooting suspect leading up to the tragedy.
So now they're looking. Hey, can you put your phone on mute? Go ahead.
Oxford, Michigan, on CNN. Two teachers separately reported concerning behavior from sophomore Ethan Crumley starting the day before the deadly Michigan high school shooting he's accused of.
So there was teachers already telling people, saying, you know, they was concerned about this little boy. You know, something wrong with him, right?
Right.
I mean, you know, most of the press's kids is crazy, but this one is a little crazy than crazy, right? All right, keep going.
Prompting 2 meetings with him, including one with his parents, just hours before the killings, a sheriff said Thursday.
So they've had like a little meeting with the little boy, right? Before he did all of this. So they had a meeting with him to try to see what was going on, right? Keep going.
Crumley, 15, was charged as an adult Wednesday with terrorism, murder, and other counts in connection with Tuesday's shooting that killed 4 students and injured 7 other people at Oxford High School north of Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised that they charged him with terrorism.
Right.
Because that's really what he did. He's a terrorist. He inflicted terrorism on all of those other little oppressive children. Go ahead.
The first.
Hold on one second. On the conference call. Go ahead.
I gotta let me break down the scripture of John 10 and I'll just start at 7 to kind of get understanding. Is it talking about the Sadducees and the Pharisees, or
can you hold that for 1 second? Who was that, Mashallah? Oh yeah, hold that for just 1 second. We're gonna finish this article, then I'll get right to that one, all right? All right, go ahead. Keep reading, Isupk.
The first behavioral report came Monday when a teacher in the classroom where he was a student saw and heard something that she felt was disturbing.
Okay.
Oakland.
Keep
going?
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, yeah, good comment. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard told Breonna Keeler on CNN's New Day
Okay. So she said the first behavior report came in on Monday. A teacher in the classroom, he was a student, saw something, was disturbing about this little boy, right? Keep going.
And they had a counseling session about it with the school officials, and a phone call was left with the parents, he said.
So they even left the call with the parents, right?
Right.
Keep going.
Then, on Tuesday, hours before the shooting, a different teacher in a different classroom saw some behavior that they felt was concerning, and they brought the child down to an office, had a meeting with school officials, called in the parents, and ultimately it was determined that he could go back into class.
So two separate teachers said something going on with this boy. He doing something fishy with him.
Right.
Something going on. They had meetings and everything. Oh, well, he good. He can go ahead back on the class. Right? Let that be in y'all. They had to lock y'all up before. Like, I don't know about y'all. Did y'all have police officers in y'all schools? Okay, it ain't just me. We had full police officers. We didn't have no security guards or none of that. We had full police officers with tasers, guns, all that. They can literally lock you up. Anybody had metal detectors? I ain't had a metal detector. I ain't gonna lie, we had a metal detector. But it looked like they had metal detectors in these white schools, right? They the ones be shooting up the damn place. I grew up my whole life. I ain't never seen a black person shoot up no damn school. But we the ones got metal detectors.
Right.
Go ahead.
So like you, sir, if I may, we had metal detectors, we had tasers, we had truancy officers, detectives on standby, and I went to the 16th Board School in Brooklyn, in New York City. Right?
You had the old police force in your schools.
We even had the daddy one there too. So he was chief captain. If I may, one time I went to school, and every time you go to school, it's a line. It's a big line you gotta go through. One time I passed through the line, and I'm going through the auditorium. All I saw was a pool of blood. That's all around. I had tried to step in it. When they took out the entire room, somebody's face was hanging half off. You know what I mean? That's the impression that he put us in.
Yeah. It was when black people, we be fighting more so. We'll probably be fighting each other. A couple sisters like to stab each other. I seen some of that, but nobody come with no gun trying to shoot up no whole bunch of. That's kind of. I don't know about these kids these days, man. They a whole different breed than everybody else. But before, in my time, nobody wasn't killing nobody with no guns and all of that. That's just I'd rather just beat you up. I'd rather just jump you or something. But they get mad. And most of the time, you know what they're really mad about? They want them little white girls, and the white girls don't like them. Right. And then they go and they shoot up the whole place. They that mad that they can't get a girlfriend. Everybody got to die now. Right. Sorry, keep going.
Calm. Authorities say Crumbley soon opened fire outside a school bathroom. He moved through a hallway at a methodical pace. Prosecutors said shooting at students in hallways and classrooms before surrendering in what's become the deadliest shooting at a U.S. K-12 school since 2018 and the 32nd on such a campus since August 1st.
Just since August 1st, they had that many shootings, man, just since August 1st. That was just the one they had in the K-12 school. Right. I remember one time it was a speaking that Barya did back in 2018. He just cracked me up. It was we was up at camp. He just got up. Y'all know it's been 100 or some crazy number school shootings this year. Then he got up and yelled, "It's February!" So that's to show you how many school shootings they have. That's just what they do, man. Right? And they want to say it's all the shootings go in Chicago. No, they shoot up a lot of people. Right? But it's that's the only thing that matters to them is what everybody else do. because they don't want to take, you know, themselves in accountability, and that they the ones that put the guns in the community.
That's right.
They the ones that set it up for everybody in black communities to kill each other. And then they pump us full of drugs, right? So now you don't have no other way to survive. They take all the jobs. That's what they did in the 70s, right?
Right.
They took away all the jobs, move all your jobs overseas. So then now, when they start saying, okay, you know, the men, you start, they kicked all the men out the house, saying, hey, says you can't get no government assistance if you got a husband, if you got a man. So now the man getting kicked out because they trying to keep the government assistance, right?
Right.
Then after that, now when, you know, they pump us full of drugs, so now the only way anybody can make money, because, you know, in the 80s, like, it wasn't, I mean, you know, from what I hear, at least I wasn't running around that much in the 80s, but it wasn't like a lot of jobs like that, right? Wasn't that many jobs. So when that came about, everybody was trying to sell drugs, especially like in inner cities like New York, Chicago, Detroit, you know, all the inner cities didn't really have jobs like that. You couldn't really work, and even if you did, it was never enough, because what they really need was, you know, 2-parent households. That's what they really needed, was people, you know, a husband and a wife, right? They needed that. But then when they took all of the jobs, now they got to kick the man out. She living on, you know, Section 8. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just never enough. So now the kid don't have a father to keep him from, you know, trying to go sell drugs and all of that.
Right.
And then even the ones that do have a father, they, you know, they in the street life trying to live like everybody else, because they see their father struggling, right? So that's the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? All right, keep reading.
Bouchard declined to detail what the teacher's concerns were, adding that his department was never informed of either meeting prior to the shooting, or that there were any concerns about behavior.
Okay, they don't want to tell about the. They don't want to talk about what the meetings were about. They don't want to tell that, because it's going to, of course, convict them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That they seen this boy, but they think, oh well, no, he's a good old chap, he's a good old white boy. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Right. So
go ahead.
Like you, sir, if I may, it's a really heavy point you brought up. Just about a few months ago, there was an incident in a school when a young boy, teenager, he's about 17, I think, 16. He's a man, a boy, goes to school wearing a dress and a wig, and he goes to the female bathroom and assaults a young lady. She was about, I think, 15 or whatnot. And the principal said nothing happened. There was no, you know what I mean, he declined it until it came out, and there was a whole bunch of protests. Edomites, you know what I mean, where they gathered up pitchforks. That's when he said, oh yeah, there was an incident, and you know, they want to protect the alphabet community so badly that they won't even, you know, make it aware that they're committing these heinous crimes.
Okay. See, the biggest thing is like anybody know that scripture where it says you must first reveal the man of perdition? Y'all know what I'm referring to?
God.
Can you pull that for me real quick?
God.
Go ahead.
I believe it is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3.
That sounds about right. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Okay. And must be a falling away first. We fall away from, you know, our culture. You know what I'm saying? Our laws. Keep going.
Right. And that man of sin be revealed.
The man of sin has to be revealed. That is our oppressor. He has to be revealed. Right. And that's the thing he fears the most. So that's why he even says in, what's that? I think it's in Obadiah. It's talking about Obadiah. That his pride deceived him.
Right.
He don't want, in shame shall cover thee. All of these things. talk about him. He don't want his shame to be over him. He doesn't want to think about what he's done. That's why he doesn't, like in the textbooks, they get rid of slavery. They say it was the transatlantic migration.
Right.
And they had you at the bottom of a damn ship.
That's right.
Right? There's a transatlantic migration now. We was given jobs. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't forced to work for somebody else. We had jobs, man. That's what they're trying to tell people now. All right? All right, you go back to the article. Go to the part where it says cell phone videos.
Go up?
Down. Where it says cell phone videos.
Cell phone videos refer to killing students, officials say. After the shooting, investigators found 2 videos on Crumbley's cell phone made the night before the shootings, in which Crumbley talked about shooting and killing students at the high school.
So he got videos. I bet if Reese had a video saying we gonna shoot somebody right in the I.S.U.P.K, we gonna have 100 police officers outside the door. You don't even care how you can say on yourself, I want to do something to somebody. But they got us on the watch list, right? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, it's real heavy. You know, the same thing happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. He had a video about 2 weeks before the shooting. Says, I wish I had my AR so I could shoot some folks. And 2 weeks later, he shoots some folks, and they said you can't bring that in court. You know,
God, exactly. And it's so bad, like you know you're on the watch list. I didn't even know that in my name, I was I think I was barely even a trooper. And my cousin, who was trying to get a job at a like government job, like not low level, like higher level government job, they was asking him questions about me. Because we first cousins, so he asked him, what about this person? He called my family and said, what the hell is he in, man? They asked me all these damn questions. They trying to find out, and they ain't even know. Like I was that new. They ain't even know I was an I.S.U.P.K. They ain't know nothing. My family didn't even know. So then she called me like, "What's going on? What's doing?" I mean, the only thing she knew was I said something about being an Israelite because I said something to her. But that was all she knew. She was like, "What?" She ain't even know what the hell I was in. I was literally that new. Like I wouldn't even. I might have been a trooper like a month or two. And they already knew that. We on the watch list. Just so all y'all know. All y'all on the watch list now. They know y'all here. If that scares you, you know what I'm saying, shalom. Just be ready for it. If somebody gonna come knock on your door, it didn't happen to Captain Zaryat 50 times, man. The generals, they deal with the police and FBI all the time. Right? But this is the house of the Lord, so we don't have nothing to worry about.
Right.
You understand? So all right, that's all you had to say?
Oh, yes, sir. Count.
All right. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to bring up on this part?
So I got
Go ahead.
That's good. I'm checking in.
Got you. Go ahead.
Call 1 second.
Alright. Go ahead. Keep reading that article for me.
In which Crumbley talked about shooting and killing students at the high school. Sheriff's Lieutenant Tim Willis said at Crumbley's arraignment Wednesday.
So the people that need to be on the watch list is 15-year-old weird little boys. That's who need to be on the watch list, right? Go ahead.
Another piece of evidence investigators uncovered is a journal that was in Crumbley's backpack.
He had a whole damn journal talking about killing people, right? So like this is premeditated. This not a something he did on the whim, right?
Right.
Keep going.
backpack that detailed his desire to shoot up the school to include murdering students. What does it say?
See, the issue with him is that, you know, the only problem America got with somebody like him is that he couldn't wait till he was 18 so he gonna be in the military.
Right.
That's the only problem that America got, because once he got in the military, oh yeah, go kill as many people you want to then. Right? But they don't want you to try to do that to their people in their schools, or to make them, they don't want to have the fear that we had to have. But you know, they would come and kill us in our communities. Like, I just did the class on the Black Wall Street, right?
Right.
They was lined up all at the, you know, around the whole city, killing people. So, you know, they don't want to feel that fear, right? Alright, I'm going to bring out a couple scriptures on that. Give me Job 18:11 for me. What's going on?
I just want to make a comment. I think it's kind of heavy because the topic is strong. It's like, it kind of seems like it's going to motivate them even more. Kind of how, like, when Donald Trump made that hate speech, talking about, you know, he feel like he could go out and shoot somebody out in the open and want nobody to do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when, these teams got it. I'm pretty sure the press looking at it, looking at Rich House, like, you know, step CEO to go to a protest, gun down some innocent people, and get paid. $1 million to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and get found not guilty.
Yep.
You know, if that is if that is something that kind of, you know, pipe them up to feel like it's okay. It's not like the OJ situation where he got found not guilty, but damn, he lost the court instead of getting donated the court.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So they want to be, that's what they want. Because they know that, like, all right, when they shoot up a school, what happens? Everybody start talking about it, right? So that's like, you know, there's most, like, even serial killers are of course Caucasians, right?
That's right.
Why do they become serial killers? A lot of them. They want to have that. Go ahead.
Like you said, they want to be notorious. They want to be famous. You know.
They want to be infamous.
Yeah, if I may, they want to. That's what devils was doing before there was hip hop. You know, that's how they get famous. Like you said.
God, as they like being infamous. Everybody knows them. You know, hold on one second. All the people, like all those serial killers, that's the big thing they wanted. Like, that's why they, you know, what do serial killers start doing? I mean, I know y'all watch these shows. What they do, man, they start writing letters in to the press, like, yeah, this is me, the serial killer, man. Yeah, this is me talking to you. Yeah, I'm the Zodiac killer. You know what I'm saying? This is what I feel. This is why I do what I do. So, you know, because they want to be famous. They like everybody talking about them, and they saying, man, you know what that is? I don't know. And he knows his behind, right? They like that, right? All right, go ahead.
Come.
No, go ahead. Go ahead on the conference call.
Piggyback off what Sean was saying. You know, he gets famous, and, you know, he got the pressure with all the support. And even something I read not too long ago, it said Republican Matt Gates is offering Cal Rittenhouse an internship on Capitol Hill.
Right.
Nice. So now he about to get a whole, what? He about to get an internship, about to get some money. About to get paid for doing this, right?
Right.
What happened to that other dude that killed Trayvon Martin? He got, man, they paid him. They did a whole GoFundMe. I think they gave him like $1 million.
Yeah, kind of.
Put in his pocket to go kill people, man. They see America, they honor their murderers.
Right.
Christopher Columbus, Osama bin Laden, he's looked upon as a murderer, right? A mass murderer. Man, he looks up to Christopher Columbus, man. Christopher Columbus is responsible for killing millions.
Right.
That guy, Vladimir, the one that They named Dracula off of? Not you.
No, it's Salaki, sir. A black imperator, a black seppies, a black.
God. But yeah, they named him after Dracula because they his bloodlust. Right? They named him, that's why he said that's Dracula. Because he was literally just impaling people. You know what impaling is?
Right.
When you just like, you throw somebody, like they'll throw people off cliffs, and all you had was like rods of iron, like with nails, or like, arrows or whatever the hell, and it would just go right through your body, impaling people. That's what they call impaling people. He would just impale like millions of people, man. So that's what they know. That's what they love, man. They made movies after Dracula.
Right.
He became a whole folk, character that people want to be Dracula. You know what I'm saying? He dressed up for Dracula on Halloween, and he's a mass murderer, right? All right, but I need some of y'all names, sister, back in the black. What's your name?
Tanya.
What's that?
Taya.
Tanya?
Taya.
Taya? How you spell that?
T-A-Y.
Okay, got you. And brother, what's your name?
Brother Randy.
Just writing y'all down for attendance. Alright. Oh yeah, now you say your name again one more time, sis? Right there? Yeah, I know yours. She just got her name, so they ain't stuck with me yet.
L-A-W-A-H.
The Y? Okay. I think I got everybody. Alright, you too loud. Alright. Somebody on the conference call about to say something? Somebody on the conference call about to say something? Alright. You got that Job for me?
Job 18:11. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side and drive him to his feet.
That's how we gonna get our kingdom back, because right now he was the terrorist. Now he's getting terrorists every day, right? He's gonna be terrorized by his own young people, right? They gonna terrorize the hell out of him, because how do you you can't be mad, because that's what his father was. He just his father, because you know reincarnation. He just somebody that killed slaves before. He went killing or doing them mass murders, and now he came back. He killing white people now. That's all. That's all it is. It's gonna be terrors on every side, and it's gonna make him afraid, man. It's gonna drive him to his feet. Now give me Isaiah 47:11.
Isaiah 47:11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee.
So it says it's going to be evil shall come upon thee. It's talking about Esau, right? It said you ain't even going to know where it comes from. It's just evil just going to come by, right? Because the evil what he did to Jacob. That's what's going to come upon Esau, because God, because there's a thing, the Bible even says that they went too far. They were supposed to rule over us, but they went too far. God didn't tell them to do what they did, but they had evil in their hearts and their spirit that this is what they wanted to do, because they the most wickedest, vilest beast on this earth, right? So God, even God said, y'all went too far. You're gonna have to do some recompense for this. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. Thou shalt not be able to put them off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
So it's gonna be desolate. It's gonna be desolate. They ain't gonna be here no more. They ain't gonna, because it's gonna be, because Esau's the only nation that's no longer gonna be here anymore.
Right.
It's gonna be a time it's not gonna be any of the seed of Esau. That's what the Most High said, and that's what desolation means. It's gonna be none of them. All right. All right, Mashallah, you said you had a question, right? Go ahead. All right, what was it?
chapter 10 and start at 7. 7 to probably 12.
10 and 7. Okay. All right. Was it John chapter 10 verse 7? Can you read that for me, Azar?
Khan. John 10 verse 7. Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
Okay, keep going.
Khan. Verse 8. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them.
Keep going. Just read the whole thing to, you said the 12, right? Okay, keep going.
Khan. Verse 9. I am the door by me. If any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and they might have it more abundantly. Verse 11. I am the good shepherd.
Okay, I mean, you kind of stop there. We can get, that's what he wants to break down on. All right? All right, go back to 7. Does anybody have any idea what it's talking about at all? Anybody got a clue a little bit? Everybody looking at me like, ain't thinking nothing. Go ahead.
Like you said, calling himself the door of the sheep. It's kind of like the way back to the Most High. Going back to the scripture, he is the mediator.
Yep. Exactly. So it's saying that basically he's the mediator. So go ahead and read 7 for me.
John 10 and 7. Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
So he's the door. That means that, like the brother Hadar was saying, he's the one that's the protector, right? Like this door is what's protecting us from the outside, right? So you can put it as Christ is that door. He's the one that's keeping the outside to us, right? He's the keeper. Keep going. I mean, go ahead.
Slacky, sir. Can we say that he's the shepherd?
God, he is the shepherd. So, but yeah, he just comparing himself to the door. And he's going to tell you why in the next verse. Keep going.
Verse 8. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them.
So, when everybody out there, right, you can say it's thieves and robbers. They want to take from the sheep, right? Which is the Israelites, of course. They want to take from Israel. Because we think about Israel, everything that we've had has been taken from us, right? If you think of all of the inventions we made, you think about all of the culture that we have, right? The music industry, the movies, just any invention that you can think of. Most of the time, black people have anything that grew that, like cars, for instance. Black man, he invented the assembly line. I think a black man made the first engine, if I'm not mistaken. So we did all of this, and the whole world is living off of our invention. We have been robbed, right? We literally have been robbed. You get what I'm saying? But it's telling you in that part of that Christ he's the one that's keeping us from getting the true robbery. Which is we lost our culture, we lost everything, but we ain't gonna lose the kingdom. We gonna have that. That's gonna happen. That's why Christ had to come back so that we can get the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So he had to do what he did, which of course, come up and and die on the cross, right? He went and died for us so that we can get, so Israel can come back. He was the sacrifice, so Israel can come back, and then we can be protected under him. So now we can still have what was, you know, saying what's on the other side of the door, which is, you know, having the kingdom, which is rulership over earth. All right, keep going.
Verse 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
Find pasture. That means food, substance, right? What's going on?
The meat out.
Okay, y'all need to be quiet back there, all right? All right. Go ahead.
Verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
See, when you see this, has anybody ever heard of those preachers that's abundance preachers?
Right.
They always tell you that this is Satan, right? They don't ever tell you that this can be with reference to them, to those same pastors, right? What are they doing? Killing you, destroying, right? What does it say? Kill, steal, and destroy, right?
Right.
They destroying our people, man. See what I'm saying? They literally are destroying you because they're making you fall in love with the system of America to try to get wealth, right? But Christ said you can't serve God and mammon, which is money, right? So that's how they killing and destroying you. They're not killing you, you know, with a gun or nothing, right? They got the oppressor for that. You know, we just read that. They got him to kill you with the gun, right? The sword. So what he do? He just come in and destroy and steal from you. All that money that, you know, what it was like $400 billion in tithes that came in from like in 30 years or whatever from the black community.
Right.
And you don't see not a black thing anywhere. You don't see one black community, and it's $400 billion. All your money went and bought them all the Rolls Royces. Hell, some of them got jet planes. The fastest plane you can get as a civilian. That's your boy Theflo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got a plane that can, you know, go on with commercial speed, man. Right? That's where that $400 billion is going right there. So he can live good. Alright? And that's what they doing, killing and destroying you. Alright? Because they taking all your stuff, they stealing your money. They telling you that the more money you give them, the more God gonna bless them. The more God gonna the more you give your pastor, the more God's gonna bless you. That's what they telling you. But the thing is, God ain't in that church. God, only person bless anybody in that church is Satan. It ain't God. God don't, you know, what Deflo say? He said that when you try to follow the law, that's how you see. I can't even think about what he said. It was sounding so retarded. But he said that if you try to follow the law, that's how you see it. So you don't try to follow the law, so you got to worry about that's so the devil don't get you. Like, what? Read, I'm serious. Y'all go watch. Y'all be like, the heck? You be like, he sound like, you know, like you ever seen like how a pimp say something to like some girl, you be like, that joke is so smooth. I don't know what the hell he talking about, but it sounded good as hell, right? That's how he sounded like. That sound right, but what just it? That's how it was. But it don't gotta make no sense, right? Because their whole purpose is they sit down. You got certain people, right, that are set up that really just want to, that are here, that are master manipulators. They just want to take from you. And that's what they do. They devise ways. They sit there and think about how to devise wickedness. The Bible even says that they devise wickedness. They sit down and think about it. How can I get more money out of these people? So, I mean, hell, a pastor, you know, y'all remember the one pastor that was trying to come into the school? He showed the whole breakdown about how all the pastors, they got certain pastors that's good about making people give out their money. They'll call them in and get them, you know, 10% of it or whatever. They got all, it's like this is a business, man. It's not no, you know what I'm saying? So they don't give a damn about the Lord. They care about that money coming in, right? So yeah. Hey, tell them they don't be quiet. They gonna be in here, all right? If you could, you had something you want to say real quick?
No, sir. I think you're referring to the preacher in Texas.
Yeah.
Who gave his church away, but inevitably took it back because he felt so much pressure from other preachers being blackballed.
He got blackballed. This whole church left him. When he started saying he really want to serve the Lord, his whole church left. The only people that was left was like his personal family, like his wife and his children. So he ended up changing it back, and he went back to being Christian again because serving the Lord ain't what they really want to do. See what I'm saying? That's not because if he wanted to serve the Lord, he would stay here in the I.S.U.P.K. But he don't want to serve the Lord.
Right.
So, I mean, people, you think this not hard to do? Come out here and talk to people that don't care what you talking about. But no, he want to say that good message. Everybody feel good to hear, and everybody gonna get that money up. That's easy to do, right? But talking to stubborn Israelites, that's hard. That's work. You gotta literally sit down. Like they devise a wickedness. We gotta sit down and have counsel with everybody on how to reach our people, how to convince the most stubborn people on the earth to come back to they own damn culture. We gotta have councils for that. Where they had a whole school in a council on how we can bring Israel back to our culture. Y'all see the difference? They devise ways to get more money out of you. We trying to bring Israel back because we want Christ to come back so we can be ruling. That's what we have in our council for. They just thinking of ways to get more money out of you. So they can keep the kingdom going that we're currently in. Alright? My bad, I went on a tangent a little bit. But alright, you can keep reading on that. You have something you want to say real quick or you was good?
Me?
Yeah, God.
Okay,
go ahead. Keep reading for me.
John 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for his sheep.
So he's the good shepherd. That's just like you said earlier. He's a shepherd, right?
Right.
He gave his life for the sheep because he wanted, like that's what somebody that truly loves somebody does. Right. They give their life for them, right? That's what true brotherhood is. You give your life for that person. Even how you do, even to like how. Even how you see how the structure was made, because Christ gave his life for the church, which is Israel, right? Now he didn't give it up for $1 snake. He didn't yield it for them. He gave it up for Israel to come back into the kingdom. That's why he gave up his life. And just like a man, he gave up his life for his wife, right? To protect her. His life was on the line all the time to protect her, right? Right. So that's what he did. You the shepherd of your house. You got to protect your house with your life. All right, keep reading.
Verse 12. But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd.
Who's the hireling? The hireling is your Christian pastor. He is hired to lie to you. Y'all ever watch Power? If anybody watch Power? It's a good show. Y'all can say y'all watch it. It's all right. Ain't a sin. You can watch it. It's like you, but no, you've seen how the pastor was at the one point where he was trying to, like, he had that big congregation. He was pretty much getting sold out by the politicians. See, the politicians go to the churches to have the churches tell you who to vote for. They are hirelings, bought and paid for. All right. By the U.S. government. That's what they bought and paid for. All right, keep going.
Whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep.
So when he see, because it says right here, whose own the sheep, this is not his sheep. So when he seeth the wolf coming, he leaves the sheep. So whenever all hell breaks loose, guess what's going to happen? Your pastor, he going to leave. Right. You see, when Corona came, what they do? They closed the damn doors.
Right.
They locked you out. They started having digital churches, man. But I bet you I bet you on there they had a little a donate now button on the bottom of that when they doing their virtual churches now.
Right.
They kicked you out. Guess the I.S.U.P.K. we still was open.
Right. Right.
Still open. Right? We ain't stop nothing. Right? Still teaching. Still doing everything we need to do, still speaking, right? Right. As long as people was out there, it was a point where nobody out there, so there was nobody to speak to, but we were still doing our work. Right? Right. They work is just collecting your money. Right. They like I said, I seen like on my old page, seen like all the other church I used to be involved in, they all digital. They had like, it wasn't nobody in the church. It was funny as hell. It was with nobody in there. You just scroll through. They in there just singing or whatever. Ain't nobody in the whole damn church, man. It was funny as hell to watch. And I was like, man, I hope it stay like this, man. Right. Or nobody ever come back to this damn place, man. But what was I about to say? But yeah, man, they close their doors because as soon as the wolf comes, as soon as something comes, Corona was the wolf. So as Corona came, they shut everything down. They don't, because when you have somebody that's a hireling, they only care about themselves. They don't care about who the people they lead. Right. Because if you care about them, you got to be willing to put yourself on the line for them. Christ, he did, right? He put himself on the line. Right. Open, he said, come, he let them come. He knew one of his own men was deceiving them. And he said, let it happen. And he told him to his face, yeah, it's you that's doing it. And he still let it happen. Right. He didn't go take off running. He stayed right there. And he died for his sheep, man. Right. Alright, is that it on that?
Like a little bit more.
Keep going.
And fleeth, and the wolf carrieth them and scattereth the sheep.
So yeah, he catches them and they scatter the sheep. Right, they keep, because that's what they do. As soon as something happens, they leave, so the whole sheep gets scattered. Right. But here, you know what happens if you actually have a real shepherd? If somebody kills the shepherd, another shepherd comes in his place. Right. To lead the sheep from then on. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why when Christ died, who was the next up? Peter, right? Right. He led the sheep from then on. Then there was one point, it was Paul leading the sheep, right? And it just went from there. That's who's leading the sheep. All right. To answer your question, I know it was a long little bit, mashallah, but did I answer it for you? No sweat. Anybody else got any questions? Come on, y'all. Look at me like that. Y'all know y'all got something. Come on. You got a question?
Come on,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a little breakdown something for something they said about that kid had shot them people in Detroit. School. Let me see. Got some scriptures though.
You gonna be in here or you gonna be outside in there? Big one. Which one you gonna be in there or out here? You close the door. Alright.
We're gonna start with Psalms 91:1. Real quick.
Psalms 91:1.
Come.
Alright.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Verse 2. I will say of the Most High, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust.
Okay, you want to break down on that?
It's quite more scriptures, but it's like basically the Christian church thinking that, okay, I'm going to trust in God and stuff like that, but you cannot carry any weapons, stuff like that, just like the Jeru situation and the school shooting situation. It can feel like, okay, I just can trust in God all my heart. I don't need no weapons. He there to protect me. But at the same time, this is how these empires got taken down, and you know how empires got built.
Okay. So how would you break that down? If somebody asks you, how would you think?
I was like, you gotta trust in the Lord. You gotta trust in the Most High instead of the ways of man, because of as long as you got the trust in the Lord, He can teach you how to fight. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of the Lord, like King David did, you know, back in Psalms 144:1. I train my fingers to fight, stuff like that. David kind of understood that he know what warfare is about.
Okay. All right, but you always gotta break it down line by line. So he says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High." What does that mean? You don't know, that's fine, but you don't know that. Okay. All right. What it means, I'll break it down basically. What it means is, like, Christians, they try to Christianize it, like the Most High is hiding me. A lot of times they fool women into doing this. They try to say the Most High, He's keeping me for, for some other, some man or whatever. They say I'm hiding in a secret place, which that's not what that means, right? What that means is the Most High, like, look at when David, right? You seen that when David, he was in a secret place of the Most High. And there was times that David could have been destroyed by Saul, who was trying to come and kill him. But he was in the secret place of the Most High that basically nothing would touch him. It don't mean that you being hidden, because everybody knew who David was. But the secret place was, it wasn't any enemies that was able to come and touch him. He protected them. That's what the secret place is. Go ahead.
So I was going to ask, is like what we say, or is it like if it's too Christian to say that the secret place of the Most High might be within His bosom, or like in His favor?
In His bosom, that just means like His chest. That means like He's holding you close. Okay. So right. You can say that. You can say that, but a lot of times, like you have to. You don't want to say that around a Christian. Okay. Because a Christian gonna take it into a whole another realm. Because we go to class here, we understand the Bible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things because they gonna think of it as being a homosexual. They gonna say that the bosom is now the guy's a woman now. You know what I'm saying? They gonna it's crazy. But you can say that more so here, but just you gotta like when you gotta speak wisely depending on the company that you're around. But yes, you can use it as part of that too. We are in the bosom of the Most High, which means that we held close to His heart. That's what that means.
What about we say like the favor? Like the same place the favor of the Most High. Would that be the same?
It is in a way. It's like we're in the secret place, which means we have His protection and His favor. He lets us win our battles. Okay. But a lot of times when people say, what do Christians say? I'm blessed and highly favored. They don't even know what the hell that means, right? They think because they get a couple dollars, that means that you're blessed and highly favored. But a blessing is not necessarily money. A blessing can be a whole complete, could be like an inheritance. Oh, that's our Israelite, and she gone, isn't she? He had a hard day, it's alright. But that's what a blessing is, and a curse is. It's like basically when the Most High is looking at us, we being blessed. When He turns that away, that's when we being cursed. So it's just like when we are in the bosom, or close to the chest of the Most High, we are protected from everything, right? But then when we cast away, we just out there, man. We out there thrown to the wolves, man. We like you could consider like being like a homeless person. We just out there. We gotta make it the best way we can, right? You gotta eat out the dumpster. You gotta see if you can find a meal here and there, the best way you can. That's what it means that you cast away. All right, keep going.
Verse 2. I will say.
No. Read the second part of that.
Second part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So we're gonna be in the shadow. The shadow is like, you know, when like with kids or whatever, they hide in your shadow, right? Because they want to be protected from whatever's coming. So we go in the shadow of the Most High. So the Most High, He goes first, and He protects us from all of, you know, the negative things that can happen. You know, not Christian negative things, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like brother, you know, the brother was saying Monday or whatever. Well, he was saying in class. He said that he when the brother said to him, basically, he thought he was gonna have cancer. He said, "No, don't worry about it. You in the truth." And they come back, he ain't even got cancer. But they were saying he was like 90% sure that he was gonna have cancer. That's what the doctor said. You about 90% sure you're gonna have cancer, right? He went to the doctor, they did a biopsy, no cancer found. Get the Most High hand for that. Right? That's so that's what it is. He's being hidden by the Most High. He's under His protection, all right? Is that it on that? You want it broke down? You want some more verses too?
Yeah, it's quite a few more. It's gonna be like from Psalms 91, 1 to 11, and after that, just 2 Kings chapter.
You want the whole chapter? Just break down the whole book. I got it. All right, keep reading.
Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust.
Okay. He is my refuge. He's where you run to. And He's the fortress. He's where the fortress is to protect you, right? He's your refuge. He's who you run to. When all hell breaks loose, you run to the Most High, right? But not the white Jesus, of course. Right. But you run to the Most High. Alright? Keep going.
Verse 3. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
From the snare of the fowler. The fowler is like somebody look it up for me. He's gonna go from there. But everybody know what a snare is, right? A snare is a trap, of course. Go ahead.
From dictionary.com. Fowler, a hunter of birds.
Mm-hmm. That's it? Okay. So He gonna deliver you from the snare of the fowler. So that's somebody that traps birds, basically, right? He catches birds. So whether they lay traps out to catch them, because I mean you can't really. How you gonna really catch a bird? You can't run up behind it and catch it, right? You're gonna take off. So you gotta lay traps for a bird, right? He gonna keep you from the trap of the fowler, the ones who lays trap for you. All right, keep going.
And from the noisome pestilence.
All right, He's gonna keep you from the diseases, right? Even that brother, when he had cancer, right? He thought he had cancer. He keeps him from those diseases. Keep going.
Verse 4. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Okay. I can't remember what buckler means. Just might look that up for me real quick. But he's saying that He's gonna cover you with His feathers, which means as He's like feathers protect the bird, right? They protect the bird, right? So He's gonna cover you with His feathers, so you're gonna be protected as well. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's the definition of buckler, if I may.
Go ahead.
Buckler, noun, a small round shield held by a handle or worn on the forearm.
Okay. He's gonna be that shield and buckler. It's kind of like the same thing. So when military, back in the days, you would have like a sword and you have like the shield that you can block somebody with that's striking you with a sword, or whatever the case is. He's gonna be your shield that blocks you from attacks, basically.
That's lucky. Yeah. Is a buckler be like an armband that help like protect shield, protect your arm?
No, I don't think in that sense that's not saying that, is it? Buckler.
No, sir.
Yeah, saying like it's actually a big shield that goes around your forearm that blocks you. I guess that's like protection because we use it in some sense for protection. So in case like we in the hand-to-hand combat, you can block the strikes and it inflicts more pain on them. But that's not technically what a buckler is, right?
That's like it. So I think it could be like a small. It says worn around the forearm, so it could be in certain instances.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
If I may.
Kind of. It's like one of them things that as war progresses, they get into different. People think of different inventions for war.
That's right.
So that's just one of the things that's similar. Right?
So also looking further into the definition of buckler, it also says any means of defense or protection. So if we see the scripture saying like a buckler and your shield, some brothers might have a sword, some brothers might have a knife, or even a spear, or a mace.
Right.
So if anything, it's just gonna be just different ways of protection.
It's your protection, right? He said the truth is your protection because the truth protects you from all hell, right? You don't sell drugs. You don't get shot in drive-bys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Many people get shot in drive-bys that don't sell drugs. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but right?
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm saying conference call. Go ahead. That's good though. Got you. All right, go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
The flyer by day.
That's not by day.
So that's self-explanatory. Don't be scared of things that's at night. People like come and get you at night, and they like to have war during the day. Don't be afraid of the arrow by day. Keep going.
Verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
So the pestilence, like diseases, you can't see a disease, right? So it's like it's walking in darkness. And destruction, you see that happening during the day, right? Like it's like they saying like they comparing it to like when it happens, destruction, you see that happening all around you, right? You see the destruction, you see it vividly, right? But then a disease you can't see. So he's saying it's walking in darkness. You know what I'm saying? It's all things like poetically. Because we poetic people, that's why we write all this stuff. You have something to say, sis? Okay. But that's how we write stuff. These are like lyrics. You gotta think of it as lyrics. That's what the whole book of Psalms is. This is lyrics. So he's writing, what you call it, similes and metaphors. That's what he's doing, is similes and metaphors. So, go ahead.
So like you said, if you bring that point out, how it's very lyrical and poetic, it takes me back to an old school song from a group called Word. It said they were slipping into darkness. So now when I come into the truth, when I see the scriptures, nor for the arrow that fly by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness. Actually, sir, I kind of think of the alphabet community that walks in darkness, because that is their part of life now. You know what I'm saying? That's how they live their life, and their whole life is actually like surrounded in darkness.
It's surrounded in darkness, but now they do it in front of you now.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, but at beginning time it was darkness. But A's come, in darkness too. So that's how that happens. That's why it says the truth is the what's the word? That's what I said earlier.
The shield?
Is the shield and buckler. It protects you from that. Because if you're not homosexual, you typically don't die from AIDS. Most people that die from AIDS are homosexuals, right? So you do these things stop things from happening to you because you follow the truth. That's your shield and buckler, right? Keep going.
Verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
So it's saying that you're going to see people dying all around you, pretty much, right? Every you see Young Dolph, he just got killed. A millionaire, he just got killed. But death ain't coming nowhere near us. Right. Keep going.
Verse 8. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Keep going.
Verse 9. Because thou hast made the Most High, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation.
Anybody know that? Anybody can break that down? Might break that down. Go ahead. Give it a shot.
The Most High is your so the Most High is your place of rest. You know, this is the way you can go when you do, you know, kind of like say you can hide in the shadow. Like if for example, the cops are looking for you, you know, you've been mistakenly identified, and they put you on an APB, they can't find you on the computer. You're in the shadow.
Okay, that's part of it. But you always got to break it down line by line, right?
Right.
So it's saying here, only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. What? Okay. It's saying that because, you know, how do you put it? Like, you see, like a lot of sisters in the world, right? They'll look at, like women that are like whores, right? And they'll say like, well, it seems like they winning, right? What it's telling you is that because you're in the truth, you're going to see the reward of the wicked people. You're going to see what's going to happen to those people. You know, all the evil that's going to come because you know the truth. You're going to live long enough to see the evil. So the drug dealers that's selling drugs right now, it seems like they on top of life, right? Like they got all, you know, all the women, they got all the money, all the cars, and you see they're dead. Right? Or they in jail for 30 years. Right? You're going to live to see the reward of being wicked. That's what it's telling you. Keep going.
Verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. So,
because you made the Most High your habitation, right? That's why you're going to see the resort, the reward of the wicked. Keep going.
Verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. So like, that's why we gonna see the riches of the kingdom, right? Because we gonna come back. Like, we may not see it in our lifetime. Let's be honest, right? But we gonna come back and we gonna see the kingdom. Right? We gonna be living good in the kingdom because we the ones that suffered and fought against our flesh so that we can see the kingdom when our other brothers might not have, right? That's why I said, what, John, he gonna be the lowest in the kingdom of heaven? Like, he gonna be the person that cleaned the stalls in the kingdom of heaven. Like, he gonna be the worst, right? Because he didn't want to follow Christ, right? He didn't want to follow the Most High. So he gonna be the worst. That same thing's gonna be with the pastors. They gonna be the least in the kingdom of heaven because they teach people not to follow the law. So pastors living good now, they gonna be ditch diggers, right? I'll read that 10 for one more time.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
So, evil shouldn't come to you, nor should you have any diseases. Keep going.
The last verse for Psalms. Okay, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
So his angels, God's angels, are going to take charge over you. They're going to protect you. They'll put a hedge like they did Job, right? They put a hedge around Job. That's who protected Job, was God's angels. So as I say, you're going to have angels charge over you, and they keep you in all your ways, right? Keep going.
Keep on going Psalms, or
is that it all you want to break down, or you want something else?
Okay, I had one song. They'll just 2 more scriptures for 2 Kings.
Alright, go ahead. Where's it at?
2 Kings chapter 6, verse 15 to 17.
2 Kings chapter 6, and what else?
Verse 15 through 17.
Okay.
Book of 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 15. And when the servant of the man of the Most High had risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed.
Hold on 1 second. What do you need to break down about this though?
Okay, it's basically about the same thing, but it's like a different time of. Yeah, it's like in the war. It says something about horses and chariots. You know, and the servant said unto him, "Alas, my master, how shall we do?" You know what I'm saying? At these times, like, you know, basically from Psalms 91, was talking about, okay, y'all say, you know, like the Christians all be like the Lord, you know, the book got shield, they can protect us well. You know, I believe in his name, but when the times come down, they ain't really prepared themselves for war. It's like a panic mode. So the dog was saying, like, you can't, I mean, you can trust the Most High, but not man.
Okay, hold on. Trying to get into a little bit. Okay. Trying to get a little bit of this. Okay, yeah, it seemed like it was a war with Elisha. He was a prophet, right? Like it was a war when he was fighting against the king of Syria. Okay? And just like anybody else, right? Anybody, like, you remember when David, he got in trouble with the Most High for numbering the men?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing of it is, he started, like if you see, you know, the Purple Cats, right? And they got, what, a damn near 1 million members, right? You think they got the numbers, that means something. But the Most High is only with one group.
Right.
And of course, that's the I.S.U.P.K.
Right. That's right.
So he's only with one group, so it doesn't matter what he's saying. So now he's saying, he said, "I'm going forward, encompass the city with horses and chariots and the service of the tombs. Alas, my master, how should we do?" So because he's getting terrified, because he's seeing all of these men, you know, coming across the city, right? And he answered, "Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them." Because the Most High, if the Most High is with us, the whole earth could be against us, and we would still win, right? Like what you say, you was saying 50 to kill thousands, man.
Right.
50 to kill thousands. He said he didn't pick us because we had the most in numbers, right? Go look at the times of Joshua. They sending 2,000 men killing 30,000. Hell, Samson killed 1,000 men with a damn jawbone by himself. So that shows you with God, numbers don't mean anything, man.
Right.
The Christian church got the most members, anybody, but the Christian church is falling.
Right.
They can't keep the same members they used to have, right? That's because the truth is getting out. They've been lying to people, man. The truth now. People didn't have internet, you know, 20, 30 years ago. They couldn't go research something for themselves. And then, you know, they could hide us better, right? Us telling the truth, they can hide us. They can't hide us anymore. They see us everywhere. Right. Somebody saying something about black people being Israelites all over. You can go talk to anybody, and everybody didn't heard black people are the Israelites according to God. Right. Everybody knows it now. It just, you know, at least that part is God. Now people know it. Now if we can stop eating pork and all the other stuff, we might be doing something, right? But everybody knows it pretty much that black people is Israelites, right? So, and it said, Elisha prayed and said, "Lord, I I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man. He saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of the fire about Elisha. And when they came downhill, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. So then now he blinded all of them, or whatever. He blinded all of that whole kingdom of Syria. Go ahead.
Slacking, sir. Can we use? Can we use as a precept? First Maccabees and 3, like a few can handle many.
God, you can handle many, because he said get them blindness. They all became blind, so now they can't fight.
Right.
So they can have 50 people kill thousands now, because the Most High is with us. He'll destroy our enemies in our face. Right? All right. Is that basically getting that? Is that good?
Oh yeah. The watch.
I was talking to the pops. It's good?
Yeah, kind of pretty much.
God.
Yeah, like these days of time, stuff like that. You thinking you have more numbers, like the Christian church, stuff like that. You can have literally like one person kill 9 people. So that wasn't the only thing.
Because it don't matter. Because it doesn't matter how many people you have. What it matters is who are the people you have.
Right.
If you got you got a whole group full of sinners, God ain't gonna be with you. Let's just be for real. God is not gonna be with you. You got a whole group of sinners. God killed thousands of Israelites when that one brother, right, when he took that when he put that Babylonian garment under his tent. He killed thousands of Israelites. Thousands of Israelites died because of one person's sin. And all of them purple cats, they sinning. They'll tell you, you come in here, your woman, you ain't got that paper in the marriage, your woman up for grabs, man. You could be living with her. If you ain't got that paper in marriage, you up for grabs. Right? They go around laying with each other. The men lay with each other. I mean, this has been proven. I'm not making this up. I heard one sister, she said she didn't want to share her man, but she don't want to be around a whole bunch of homosexuals. Right? She tired of the LGB, all of them. She tired of all of them. Right? All right. Anybody else got any questions at all? Go ahead, sis.
I have a question about Leviticus 19 and 19.
Okay.
When it's talking about the mixing of the fabrics.
Okay.
Because I've heard some people say this makes you be wearing 100% fabric, but then it seems like you're saying as long as you're not mixing wool and linen.
You said Leviticus 19 and 19?
Con.
Okay, one second. I did that onto a whole other book. 19 and 19. Okay. Okay. That's the letter of the law, right? That's the letter. It said, it shall not a garment. Or you can go ahead and read it for me, Azar, if you got it.
The book of Leviticus 19 and 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
So that's saying that you shouldn't have linen and wool mixed up, right?
Right.
But you can see in the scriptures, oh Lord, I had a breakdown. Let me see if I still have it in my notes. I still had that one. I may not have it. I might have to go and try to find it. But let me see. Okay. Hadar, can you do a search for me where it's saying about how the dress of Israel? It should be in the Torah too, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, it shows all of the stuff that we have. Like you have wool. When we go to Passover, you see brothers with wool and linen, right?
All right.
You know.
I haven't been.
Oh, you haven't been. It's a lot. You see the pictures though. I know you see the Benjamites. They be having the wolf fur, and brothers be having all different type of stuff. They talk about mixing colors, right? That's it. Okay. Now, what does the law hinge on? Oh no, Christ said it. I'm asking you, sis. You be here every Thursday. You gotta know this. Come on. What does the law hinge on? What's the whole law? What does it hang on? Well, I know my officers know. You found it?
What is the law hinge on?
Yeah.
I want to say brotherhood.
Right. God, right? And what's the other part? What's the other part, right? Go ahead. Go ahead, Azar. Go ahead, Azar.
To love the Most High with all your heart.
There you go. What was you about to say on the conference call? Same thing. There you go. You love the Most High with all your heart and brotherhood. So how would that be unbrotherly to have linen and wool?
It wouldn't be unbrotherly, but
There's a way it could be unbrotherly.
it can be unbrotherly.
How would it be unbrotherly? Anybody else know how to be unbrotherly?
It's a lie.
It's like selling a person an off-brand item for a name-brand price.
Exactly. Hit the sister head. That's how it's unbrotherly. Because people would mix wool and linen and then sell it as wool. The whole point of it is cheating your brothers. That's what it is. It's cheating your brothers. So no, because we wear it, obviously it's not against the law. But Israelites that see one thing, they don't understand what the law is anywhere. Most of them don't even believe in the Old Testament really. So they say people that might say it's maybe like Old Testament Israelites or Christians that really don't know nothing anyway, and they're gonna tell you how to follow the law. They don't even know the law. They eating pork in the Christian church. Right there. In my church, I used to have when I was a kid, they ate pork in the basement of the damn church. And they gonna tell you about the law. You know what I'm saying? Let that make sense to you. They don't tell you about the law. They eating pork, they eating all that. You ain't supposed to eat down there chitlins, hog maws, eating all of that bottom of the church. No issue. And they do it on the wrong day, on Sunday. Right?
I like you, sir.
Go ahead.
You asked about the clothing.
Yeah.
Did you want Leviticus 19 and 19 about
That's where she was at.
okay. And there's the verses about Exodus 39, speaking about Aaron's dress, how he was dressed.
I think that's might have been in Exodus 39. Where's it at?
The book of Exodus, chapter 39. So let's see, you want to try how Aaron was dressed, or?
Let's go to that first.
Okay. Alright, so we can start at verse 1.
I mean, that's where the dress starts at?
Yeah. Essentially, sir, the whole chapter, almost the whole chapter is about how he was dressed. Describing his clothes, sir.
Okay, well, there's a lot of it.
Yes, sir.
So it's showing just a bunch of different colors, trying to get to the point of it. I mean, it says, and you said they have some linen, they got different woven stuff. It's a lot of different colors that they had, like got a lot of different things that they have. And you can read it in here, but it's just gonna describe a lot of it. It's a whole chapter. So that's Leviticus 39 and I'm sorry, Exodus 39. But there's other verses too that show you how we dress. It tells you about, we had the studs and all of that. It'll show you all of that. They wore these things. It's just that you can't sell them as this is, this wool. This a wool coat, and it's 75% polyester. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's saying that, because now you cheating your people. You got me? So just like I heard General Yahanna said, it's not so much as so another brother told me, General Yahanna said, it's not so much as even like the fortune tellers, because there are people that can speak to spirits, right? But the reason why the Most High wanted them dead during that time was because what happens to them is they try to take advantage of Israel, right? They try to game and manipulate Israel, and that's what God doesn't want, is you to game and manipulate Israel. And that's what you're doing if you mixing garments. Now, if you make a garment that's for yourself, you're fine. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody tells you what it is, hey, this part right here is wool, that's polyester, you good to go. But don't sell it off as something that is not. All right? Anything else? Man's got any questions? No questions.
I got a question, sir, about the clothes of a high priest. Exodus 28 and 2 to 4, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
Exodus 28, verse 2. Make Aaron some beautiful clothes that are.
What do you want to know about it, though?
I just want to know, just a breakdown, a breakdown of the garments of a high priest. What does a high priest wear? Things of that nature.
I got you. Okay, go ahead, read it.
Exodus 28 and 2. Make Aaron some beautiful clothes that are worthy of a high priest. Aaron is to be dedicated as my high priest, and his clothes must be made only by persons who possess skills that I have given them.
So they got to have skills. You can't have no booey-looey, person making the garments. You got to have somebody that know what they doing. So that's why, we got to have the best garments. We got to have clean garments, right? So, keep going.
Verse 4. Here are the items that need to be made: a breastplate, a priestly vest, a robe, an embroidered shirt, a turban, and a sash. These.
Hold on 1 second. Were you reading it? I think I done lost you.
Yeah, I'll just pretty much I'm gonna break down.
Where you reading that though? What verse you reading?
Verse 4.
Okay, I think you skipped some of that. Okay. Okay. A breastplate. What that's like plate right here, right? An ephod is the thing that holds the breastplate. Goes over your shoulders. A robe, a embroidered coat, What does warrior means? I can't remember. Okay. It's like embroidered, so it's like you got like the little, you can see the stitches in it.
Right.
Like a, a nice, real, put together coat. Okay. A robe, which is, how we wear our whole, garment. It comes down, looks like a robe, right?
Right.
So, a mitri, and the girdle to go around our waist, right? This girdle is like the belt that goes around it. You see the brothers got to wear a belt. They said they're going to make it for him and his son. So that's pretty much it. The ephod holds the breastplate. You put on a nice robe, a belt that goes around it, breastplate, all those different things. You look like a warrior. You look like a holy warrior. You don't look like a, you don't look like the Greeks. Homosexual warriors. You don't look like them. You look like you ready to fight, but you look priestly at the same time. Alright? Anybody else got any questions?
Go ahead,
sis.
Jeremiah 31 and verse 22.
31 and 22. Okay, you want to read it for me?
Come. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Okay. So, it said, how long wilt thou go about thou backsliding daughter? So, backslide, you know what backsliding means, right? I'm sure everybody has been to church heard the word backsliding. I'm sure of that. But I mean, hell, they ain't even slide forward, they even slide back. So they don't even understand that. But backsliding means that, just talk about the women in this case, how they'll go back to the to their ways that they were doing, right? Instead of not being, whores or whatever the case is, they'll be a backsliding daughter, right? So they go back into those ways after they came out of it, right? Read that second part.
A woman shall compass a man.
Oh wait, it said for the Lord have created a new thing. And this is a new thing, right? It's something that ain't been done before. Right? Go ahead and read that part.
For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
Okay.
A woman shall compass a man.
A woman shall compass a man. What does that mean? Anybody know? Go ahead.
So this was brought out in class just a few days ago. A woman is going to find, a wicked woman is going to find a way, like a Jezebel, find a way to go around her man. Like government's going to give you some government cheese. The government's going to replace your man. And, if you want that benefit, you can't have a man in the house. Right? So they're going to find, and she could get a good corporate job. She could be back all by herself. Until she gets to 60 and comes out, she messed up.
God, this your independent women right here. Independent women, because before in times, if you needed something, you would go to your husband to get it, right? Does anybody know why you have to go to your husband to get things? You know why God wanted that to be that way? Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. All right. Go to let me see if I can find it.
Look,
Go ahead.
where is that oil like rank of oil like what? Most High Christ man, that one or something else?
What was that?
No, wait, 1 Corinthians 11:3, that one or
What does it say?
okay. Is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
Okay, now that's telling you the order. That's not telling you why it's that way. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna tell you why it says that. Go to chapter 14 in that same book. Okay?
Come.
Go to verse 33.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 3.
33.
30. There's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
Okay, so God, He's not the author of confusion. That's the oppressor. He's the author of confusion.
Right.
That's why He called Babylon the Great. Right? All of that. The daughter of Babylon. That's what He's called. Keep going.
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
He wants peace among all of Israel and the saints, right? He wants peace among us. That's what He's the author of. He wants the peace. That's why He has His law, so that we got peace among each other. Right? Keep going.
Verse 34. Let your woman keep in silence in the churches.
Okay, now there's a scripture here. Let your woman keep in silence in the churches, right? Keep going.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak. But
read the whole verse.
Okay. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law.
Okay. Do you know why it said that? Right? The reason why I said that is because what happens in churches, right? The women, they will go learn from the pastor, and then now the pastor is now like her work husband. You know what I'm saying? That's why that said that way. That's why it says like now it's something that's never been seen. A woman's going to encompass a man. She's going to be able to go around her husband. All right, keep reading to the next verse.
Come. Verse 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home.
So that's what it's also said. You gotta learn from your husbands as well, right? So you can't. So that's what it's teaching. It's the order of everything, right? So it's saying, the Lord have created, and like I said, it's created a new thing on earth. That the women, they gonna try to go around their husband, right? So here's what happens in church, right? Now this don't happen in UPK, but here's what happens in church. A woman's husband would tell a woman to do one thing, right? And then what does the pastor? She come talk to pastor. Well, pastor, I don't think that's right, right? I don't think what he's saying is right. I don't think he leading me right. And the pastor, what he gonna say? He gonna look at that tail. You know what I'm saying? I think he leading you the wrong way too. See, if I was you, I'll lead you like this. What's that doing? Y'all get it? The Holy Spirit and all of it? That's what I said. A woman's going to encompass a man. She's going to go around her man to go straight to whatever. Because that pastor is wicked, she going to go around her pastor. She's going to go around her husband to go to that pastor. See what I'm saying? But that's the whole point of it, is that, like, if a sister's here, her husband allows her to be here. It's a different whole. Her husband is allowing her to be here. That's why it's tawab if she said she has a question, because her husband already knows that she's going to be here. But in the church, if most brothers really knew what that pastor was doing, they would not want their wife to be there. Am I right? There you go. Alright. That's why it also says, like, y'all heard the scriptures too, where it says that you don't sit at a table with another man's wife. Y'all pull that for me too? Alright, let me know you got it. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 9:9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
Because that's what happens. So when you do all of those things, you start laying, going to eat with somebody else's woman. Now y'all start coming to try to do that little, getting that little connection. You know what I'm saying? But then you should never even put yourself in a situation to have any type of connection with another man, right? Because we people, and people get tired of the same person, because you get tired of it. It happens to everybody, right? They get on your nerves, they feet stink, whatever the case is, right? They doing the same. You've been with them for 5 years. It's but then that's the way they keep you from committing sin. Is that don't do that, and it tells men not to do that too, because now your eyes gonna start lusting for her. She gonna lust after you. That's how affairs happen with married women. It just be a business lunch. They go buy a little meal, share a meal, talk, laugh, because now you feel the what's it called? You feel the less pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you in marriage, it is like you have become one, right? So you have a job to do, right? When you have a husband, when you're married, right? You have a job to do. But then now, when you get to be with this stranger, you no longer have that job, but you get the same kind of fulfillment, I guess you would say. You don't get the other part of the marriage. You get the good, I got somebody to tell my problems to, somebody to, whatever, name the list, right? But then you don't have to, like, well, I'm tired of having to pick the kids up from school, I'm tired of having to, do all of that, because it's work. Like, we get it, but it's telling you that if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna lead you to commit adultery, right? So basically, it on that. Anybody else got any questions?
That's like you get the last part of 14:35, 1 Corinthians.
You can go ahead and read it, I guess. You go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 35.
Oh, wait, no, we already talked about that, too.
Oh, that's the last part.
Anybody else got any questions, though? Anybody else got any questions?
Go ahead. Sir, if I may, I was watching a movie the other day, 10 Commandments, when Joshua was fighting the master builder, Baka, right?
You fighting who?
The master builder. It's a movie, the master builder of Baka, 10 Commandments.
Okay.
And, so Moses, and he killed, and during the fight, he killed the master builder because the master builder took his woman. Right, so in defense of his wife, is it alright for him to kill the master builder? And he tried to kidnap her.
He tried to kidnap his wife?
Kind of movie situation, yes, sir.
Yeah, God, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to defend your wife with your life. Just like I even heard a general say, if your wife is drinking and she getting put over for DUI, it's your job to go ahead and get pulled over for that DUI, and you go to jail for it. That's your job to do for your wife.
Right.
So yeah, it is nothing wrong. Now you try not to go to murder as the first step, but if that's the only step you can take, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
That's why what did Christ tell you to do? He said you sell your garment and buy a sword, right? He didn't tell you to do that just to, hang it up in the living room. He wanted you to use it to protect yourself and your family, right?
4, 5, 6.
So yeah, there's no problem with having, protecting your family. Somebody trying to kidnap or not. What if your woman whores on you and goes with that man? What do you do about that, Azar?
So I didn't hear the question.
I said, what if your woman whores on you and lays with another man?
Shalom.
Exactly. Exactly. Shalom. What it say? If she unbeliever, let her depart.
Right.
Alright? Anything else? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. Salaki, I don't want. I just want to say real heavy, real to wild class of the water out of water.
No sweat. Water to y'all. No other questions? Everybody good? Alright. Y'all learned something a little bit? That's right. Okay. Alright, then with that, pass the class over to the preaching officer, Adar.
Again, Israel. This is a security announcement. We have I.S.U.P.K. start out at 1 West, 125th Street Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They hit the shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, specific commandment, come from the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and also the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory for priests. What's the amount you would like to give? Upcoming holy convocations should be the closing of the Feast of Dedication. All right, we will give further details of when the actual closing will be, as far as that. And also a reminder for any brothers who want to come. Closing will continue on this Monday. Also, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's boots, shirts, pants, headbands, war scarves. And also, if you can, please, to remember to Google the address, come to the school so that we can try to inflict more traffic. All right? And with that, let's give a curse salute for the teacher. Man of Israel, Maju, we stand. Man of Israel, curse salute. Aman Shabbat. Amajum. Barak. And what we just said in Hebrew is, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yamatai, hands down. Sorry, need to turn. Sisters. Most High in Christ. We got veteran sisters right here. We got to say a word. In the building. All right, men of Israel, curse salute for the sisters. Men of Israel, Amon Shabbat. Amajum. Barak. Yahweh Shema. Absolutely. And just in case we can say it slowly, sisters who wasn't sure. Yahweh. Shamar. Alatan. Bahashim. Yahweh. And what we just said in Hebrew is, may the Most High watch over you in
in the name of Christ. Elbow top, hands down, class dismissed. Have a good
night.